do that, that's great. That'll keep you busy for the next
There we
half an
go.
hour. So we'll try and get that fixed from our text. But thank you very much to those
But we
that are
look good.
messaging in. At least we look,
We look
pretty.
good, so yes.
Yeah, we don't have
Yeah.
to sound brilliant,
No,
but we'll
yeah.
look
Yes.
great.
And for those listening on the live stream, imagine what we're saying at the moment. So yes.
Well, it's all lots of very informative information coming from your mouth. And Cheryl would like to know: is Kaspersky reliable for computer security?
You don't need it, Cheryl.
Okay, what should she have?
So, like, again, Defender, which comes with Windows 11 and Windows 10, you know, good browser, which is Google Chrome. Make sure, you know, everything's set up so there's no notifications on there. And remember, Cheryl, you're the security expert. We keep the system up to date. We don't click links in emails. We don't take candy from strangers. They're the big things.
And apparently we do have audio on the live stream, so maybe, Luke, you might have to turn the volume up, maybe.
Jeez, come on, Luke.
Or switch it on and switch it off, or switch it off and switch it on again.
Exactly right.
We've got Hilda on the line from Salisbury. Hello, Hilda.
Hi, Richard.
Hi, Hilda. Can you hear me all right?
Only barely. It's so soft and I don't know how to turn the volume up.
On what, Hilda?
iPhone 10.
So on the side, you've got the two buttons on the side of the phone?
There's three buttons on the
So
side.
up the top, we have which is turns off all the system ones. Go to the next one straight underneath and put your finger on that and hold it on till it goes all the way up.
Okay.
All right? We're doing
Let
this
us
live.
know how you go, Hilda.
Ah, better already.
There you go. That's what we like.
Yay, Hilda.
It's good solving these things on here.
It
That's what
is.
We do. We like
Oh,
this. So,
bless her. I love that.
I was gonna
So simple.
It is. That's what it's all about. Now, Jade, I left a business this morning, and the poor guy had lost $6,000 in between transferring money between his business and another business.
Oh, we got the number wrong.
No, he didn't get the number wrong. Somebody got along and intercepted an invoice, copied the invoice, duplicated invoice that he owed.
What?
And this is the links they're going to, and the money got transferred to another bank account and then straight out of the country.
Hang on. Okay, the middle person, have they contacted the bank or have they
Contacted the bank. The bank went, oh, well, it's a bit late now. There's not much we can do about it. And that's about where it starts at the moment. So the guy that's owed the money really wanted his money, the $6,000. And, you know, this other poor guy's come along and said, well, I'll get my computer checked at my end, but, you know, unfortunately, there's an invoice there with the incorrect details on it. The money has now gone. They've gone to the police about this. The police have gone, well, there's not much we can do on there. So I did a bit of a forensic investigation on this poor guy's computer this morning.
Yeah.
Somebody had been there before, installed pirated software. There was a thing called a rootkit on it as well, which means that things that were done on the computer were being transmitted elsewhere. So that's where things have started to fall down.
Okay, so sorry. Somebody sinister
Yes.
has posed as someone to help fix a computer?
No. So somebody he got somebody and I don't think who knew anything about what they should be doing to check the computer out. Mm-hmm. And I've come along this morning and gone, you know, I spent nearly 2 hours with him this morning. I've still got to go back to fix some more things on there. He's already paid good money out. But the point I'm making is if you have to pay a sizable bit of money out, make sure you're paying it to the right person. Ring that person and go, you know what, I'm about to transfer $1,000 to you. Can we just confirm your BSB and account number? Because this is happening quite a bit now. So it's about making sure you've got that clean computer. Mm-hmm. You know that go along and say, if you sent me an invoice, I know, Jade, there's her BSB number, there's her account number. If any time that ever changes, you've got to know about it. But large amounts of money, always ring and check at the moment.
You know, it's going to end up that we go back into the bank and do the old-fashioned bank transfers because everyone's going to lose faith in this system.
We're not going back.
You don't think?
No, we're not going back.
Well, if this keeps happening, I mean, that could cripple somebody. $6,000 is a hell of a lot of money.
Oh, he's a small business person. $6,000 is a lot to this poor guy.
Oh, that's awful.
It's absolutely
And then he's got
awful.
this other guy that's probably going to keep banging on the door wanting to collect his his $6,000.
The other guy's a small business person as well.
So he needs it to
So
survive.
he needs it to survive. So they both come to, a financial arrangement on it. But yeah, there was no, normally there'd be a bit of margin in there, so everybody be happy.
Yeah.
But on this, no, it's not. So you've just got to be, if you're transferring large sums of money, please make sure that, that you know who you're transferring it into. Because we've seen things like netball clubs lose $100,000, virtually on the same scam.
If you'd like to talk to Richard about any tech question at all, 8223 0000. We're going to take a really short break, and then on the other side, he'll be with us for about another 8 minutes. So if you want any questions answered, give us a call now.
Where do you go to discover Adelaide's newest and hottest gaming machines this winter? Sky City. Where else? If you're looking for the newest and best games, be the first to play them at Sky City Adelaide. With an avalanche of more games and bigger jackpots, Sky City is the home of new games. Sky City, where else? Gamble responsibly.
This is a song for the unsung heroes, the ones who rarely ever make the front page. The reporter in the traffic chopper, do they come down for bathroom breaks? But there's an unsung hero more delicious, who keeps our families fed and happy when it's cooked. This is a song for that unsung hero, Steggles, Australia's favourite chook.
It's one of the hardest and most complex decisions you can make, deciding on the future well-being of your parents. Now you can find it all in one place in the 2022 Aged Care Guide, and it's absolutely free. In it, you'll find information on all aged care homes, home care providers, placement consultants, my aged care information, and a comprehensive list of aged care financial support services to give you a better understanding of costs. It also has a comprehensive list of providers of these services to enable you to choose the best provider that suits you. Other features include types of care available, the ins and outs of short-term care, applying the funding and more. For 22 years, the Aged Care Guide has supported local SA businesses. For your free copy of the 2022 Aged Care Guide, call 8276 7999. That's 8276 7999 and arrange it to have it delivered free to your door.
This fresh $16.99 a kilo Aussie rump steak is so juicy you'll want to lick your plate. And your fork. And your steak knife. Okay, don't lick the steak knife. I'll be good. This one.
Oh yeah, Sip and Save, you've done it again.
Oh, what's so exciting?
The new Sip and Save catalogue. They've got Maker's Mark Bourbon 700ml for just $47.99.
Great price, but I prefer Scotch.
Well, how about Johnny Walker Black Label Scotch 700ml for $49.99?
Now that's more like it. Can we get some Cooper's Mild Ale 3.5% as well?
At just $43.99 for a 24-pack? Yes, we can. Prices may vary in country areas. 1 hour delivery available in selected areas. Just download our app. Catalogue specials out now at sipandsave.com.au.
If you're in the market for an SUV, Adelaide's Renault dealers have exciting news for you. They've managed a scoop purchase of the all-new Renault Arcana and Capture range. Prices start from an incredible $34,990 drive away. And the best part, they're in stock, ready to drive away, no waiting. Plus, you get 5-year warranty and roadside assist with capped price servicing. You'll even get a $500 fuel voucher. Only available at Southern Vales Renault, Adrian Bryan Renault and Main North Renault, LVD 173.
Jade Robran, talking Adelaide on 1395 5AA.
17 minutes past 3 o'clock. Folks, the phone lines are open if you'd like to talk to Richard, 8223 0000, or you can flick us through a text, 0448 08 1395.
I was just going to say, update the vegans down. Sorry.
They wouldn't be happy with me because I just polished off a bacon and potato cup of soup.
Very good.
I'm really getting into my cup of soups. They're
I had
delicious.
soup for lunch as well today.
No, I just pinched these from the little chocolate, the little chocolate box out there.
All right.
I looked for the healthiest option.
There we go.
Anyway, so today was bacon and potato. Let's talk about lost access to your Facebook account or Gmail account.
We've got to remember these are free services. And, I'm getting inundated again with people who are going along. I've lost access to my Facebook account. I run my business of it at a guy yesterday who 14 years of Gmail emails, can't log in anymore, all locked out.
Why?
Because he tied up no security on it at all.
Okay.
So no recovery email, no recovery phone number, and now he's praying like anything when I go there on Friday, I'll be able to get it all back for him.
If anyone can, you can.
Well, we'll try. We'll try it. I've said, you've got about 10% chance. That's it. And
That's
poor
awful.
guy this morning who runs most of his business off a Facebook page as well, he's lost access. Terrible password when he told me the password, and I said, it's your fault. You understand that? And he went, why is it my fault? I said, did you give him a mobile phone number? No. Give him a recovery email? No. Did you give him people's names to go along and send parts of the code to? No. It's your fault. So you've got to go along and tie all these things up. There is a post right now on my website all about this.
Okay.
So I urge people, go over there, tie all this down so you don't have to call me.
I know we say it over and over, but it is safe for Facebook to have your details.
It is safe. I'd rather Facebook, Google, I'd rather they have my details than the fish and chip shop that I run into to sign up for a 7-day trial at a gym. And people still do that.
Yeah.
And, they're all stuffed in there and you just go, good heavens, why are you doing that?
Let's talk to Carolyn in Gula. Hello, Carolyn.
Hi, how are you?
Very good. What would you like to talk to Richard about?
I'm travelling overseas and I'm with Telstra.
Yeah.
And they don't have a day pass in the country that I'm going to.
Right.
I've been told I should get a SIM when I arrive, or I've been told about an eSIM, and I don't know anything about an eSIM.
Can I ask you where you're going, Caroline?
Jordan.
Right, and so there's no Telstra coverage there at all?
Well, I've got coverage, but I don't want to pay all of the roaming fees.
What, the $10? It's about $10 a day.
No, they don't have that. No, that's not applicable in Jordan.
That's only if you get the international thing that she's talking about. And not all country, they don't have all countries.
All right. So what you would do, Caroline, is you would, to me, I wouldn't worry about the eSIM then because that's going to be exactly the same. So what I'd do is I'd go to Jordan. There'll be facilities at the airport for you to get another SIM card. And I would spend the money just going once, diverting your Australian number to your Jordan number.
Okay, because I was worrying about that, whether I would have a same number or a different number.
Yeah, so you'll have a Jordan number, but you just go along and you land at the airport, buy it, then divert the Telstra number to the Jordan number while you're there. And then, as soon as you get back, back to the airport, you can cancel it.
And what happens if I take my SIM out?
Yep.
And I lose it or something? Do I lose everything?
No, you don't. What phone have you got?
iPhone 10.
No, you won't lose anything, Caroline, because nothing is stored on the SIM. SIM is only there just so you can make phone calls.
Okay, great.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What takes you to Jordan?
Yeah.
I'm going to a conference.
Wow.
Oh.
How fascinating.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
Bit different.
Yeah.
Very different. It's meant to be spectacular.
It is. Give us a call while you're over there.
I will.
On your Jordan number, not your Telstra number, so all right.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Caroline.
We can be the first people she calls. All right, here we go. We've got a message here that I got to read out. Hi, Richard and Jade. I recently joined Instagram and I hate it. Have been sleazed ever since. The latest, I love your beautiful eyes and smile. I had sunnies on and my smile. My teeth were rearranged by a hockey ball years ago. Nothing beautiful there. I'm out of there. Just sticking to Facebook from Sue. Sue, you're hilarious. And you're beautiful. Instagram's not for her.
No, it's not for her at all. Never mind. These things do happen. Just delete the app.
Yeah,
Don't go back there again.
No. Well, look, you can link the two if you just want to stay on Facebook and have your photos pop up on
Which
Instagram.
is fine. Yeah,
but I've gone right off Instagram. I
So
used to
have
be
I.
very active many, many moons ago, and now I'm just,
We're
once
a
in
bit
a blue
gun-shy at
moon.
that moment, aren't we, Jade?
Little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, little bit. Especially when those nasty pasties out there, take your identity and try to be you. Maybe that's got a reason.
That's right.
Maybe.
But
Maybe
if you
that's
want
why.
to donate to Jade and Richard's
scarred.
GoFundMe page, we'll give you the details next time.
Let's talk about extensions in Google Chrome. When was the last time you checked? I don't think I've ever checked.
So I urge all people, open up Google Chrome, 3 dots up in the top right-hand corner, which opens up the settings tab, extensions in there. If it doesn't belong to Google, get rid of it. There's things like antivirus ones, shopping ones. There's a thing called a Netflix party at the moment. So you can go along and watch Netflix on your computer and they'll say, well, it's all right, Jade, do you want to watch? We can watch at the same time.
This is how we survived during COVID with my kids in lockdown.
Yep. There's a price tracker thing. There are full screen. Get rid of all of them because they can bring in nonsense into your computer. And while you're there, also just turn off all notifications. So notifications, those pop-ins on the bottom right-hand corner that pop up and go, this website's doing this and this website's doing that, and update your McAfee when you don't have McAfee. Turn all those off.
Okay.
All right?
Easy as that.
Yeah.
And what do you think of Windows 11? Should we be moving to it yet?
Look, there's no rush, but I think if you want to go over there, it's fine now.
Okay.
Right? Press that update button. They've ironed out most of the bugs on there. So go along, press the update button. It's going to take a couple of hours to go along and do. It'll reboot. Your menu bars will be in the bottom center now. So that's about all you really have to get used to. It is a bit more secure as well, which is what we all want. But Windows 11 is a fine operating system now. So, but you don't have to, if you don't want to do it, you love Windows 10, stick with it till October 2025. And then you and I'll be saying, now you really do need to press the button and upgrade now.
We've got time to squeeze in a few more calls if you want to call in now. 8223 0000 is the number. Colours.
I was just going to say, there was a key member of the Microsoft team that made the god-awful disaster of Windows 8 out there. And anybody who's on, I'm going to see somebody this Thursday wants me to upgrade their computer from 8 to 10, came out and actually criticised Windows 11. People in glass houses should not throw stones. Good heavens. If you design Windows 8, you need to have a good hard look at yourself before it, because it was a terrible operating system out there. And this person's come out and gone, Windows 11, I don't like it, should never have been done.
Don't bite the hand that feeds you. No. Hi, Richard. To help avoid invoice fraud, the use of Pay ID in lieu of giving out BSB and account details is the way to go. Pay ID locks down the details and also provides the payer with confirmation details who they are paying. So what is Pay ID? You
register with your bank to make sure that you've got Pay ID, and then you're going to go along to yours and go along and do it. It's a great idea. So if you're in business, contact your bank to make sure that's what you're using.
Rightio. Beautiful. Lovely to see you again. We'll do it all again next week.
We will, and there might be a red iPhone coming out. Just sort of put that in.
Groovy. I chose a pink one the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's good.
So I've got boys all around me in my household that I thought, something pink would be nice.
It'd be as red as your desk.
Wow, that's
so it's part
funky.
of their product red range that they're going to have.
I like that because it means that if you leave it somewhere, you'll always be able to see it.
Always be able to see it.
See, being black, it's camouflage, and I lose my phone all the time. That's why
you know
I chose
what?
pink.
People are red, and then they'll put this cover over it, and you'll never actually see the colour.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Jade.
That's Richard Pascoe there. Thanks to Harvey Norman Computers, your technology specialists.
Join 5AA each night from midnight for Australia Overnight.
Hi, it's Tony Monclair here, host of Australia Overnight. Thrilled and delighted, joined by listeners from 5AA, Adelaide's best radio station.
Tony Monclair takes your calls right through the early hours.
And those listeners contributing to the Australia Overnight program and being part of the larger family.
Catch Australia Overnight.
Welcome aboard 5AA.
Live from midnight on Adelaide's 5AA.
You don't have to head south to taste your way around McLaren Vale. Just head north to your pals. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf. They can guide you through the McLaren Vale region all under one roof. Whether you're a weekend sommelier or just know you like reds, talk wine with your pals and they'll introduce you to their best McLaren Vale pals. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
Spring is in the air, so now's the perfect time to get into your local Vinnie's shop and pick up a bargain. Until Sunday, you'll save 40% off all clothing and shoes at all Vinnie's SA shops. Choose from a range of affordable pre-loved clothing, plus some top-name brands. And remember, shopping at Vinnie's is good for our environment, good for our community, and good for you. Find something unique at a Vinnie's shop near you. vinnies.org.au.
For over 2 decades, Avanti Care have delivered care to with purpose to thousands of South Australians. It's no surprise that this passion has made AvantiCare Adelaide's leading provider of holistic allied healthcare and wellbeing services. Your health goals matter, and AvantiCare can help you find your how. AvantiCare Health Professionals has grown to over 40 staff with physiotherapists, occupational therapists, exercise physiologists, dietitians, podiatrists, speech pathologists and allied health assistants working together towards your health goals. AvantiCare are also bringing us healthcare heroes this year, shining a light on heroes that work for the health and well-being of others. If there's a healthcare hero in your life, there's still time to nominate. Your healthcare hero could win $1,000 cash as a thanks for their hard work, so head to the FIVEAA win page. Nominations close this Sunday.
Do you still love your car? Why not take it to Edwardstown Mazda to see what it's really worth? It's the safest and easiest way to move your car on and get into a new or used Mazda. 862 South Road, Edwardstown.
With more speed and more fibre upgrades, the NBN network is made for more. More what exactly? Well, more streaming, more game downloads, more working from home, online business, virtual learning, welcome to class, and more. Learn more at nbn.com.au/more speed. Experience may vary depending on factors such as NBN technology, internet provider, plan and equipment. Fibre upgrades limited to eligible locations.
Cheers, thanks buddy.
Thanks, driver.
Thanks mate.
Have a good day. Thanks, mate.
Passengers say thanks because they know Torrens Transit bus drivers work hard to keep our city moving every day. Torrens Transit is hiring now and they want to hear from you. Becoming a bus driver doesn't just offer flexibility, you'll also benefit from reliable income, safety and support. Plus, full training is provided. For a rewarding career as part of a great team, apply now at jointransit.com.au.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. National Cabinet is meeting this afternoon with the push to reduce the COVID isolation period from 7 days to 5 being discussed. A review into the trial of CCTV in aged care homes to prevent elder abuse has revealed the project failed to meet the needs of residents and staff. Prince William and Harry will mark the 25th anniversary of their mother's death apart, and Cameron Smith is describing his defection to the Live Golf Tour as a business decision, saying it was an offer he couldn't ignore. Cloudy tonight, a low of 6, partly cloudy tomorrow, 16. Currently it's 14 degrees. More news at 4 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
1395, Adelaide's 5AA. This is Jade Robran.
It is 3:31 on this Wednesday afternoon, August 31. Blue skies, even shinier now that Timmy G's walked into the studio. Good afternoon.
You know what tomorrow is?
First day of spring.
I will have a spring in my step literally tomorrow as I come into the office. Magnificent.
Just don't
Beauty.
hit your knee on the way in.
Yeah, I've done it again. Old and decrepit. It's horrible.
At least it doesn't creak like our microphones.
You should hear it from my end. Yeah, not good. Oh.
What's happening in the world of sport today?
Yeah, well, actually, there's a couple of big questions. Of course, Cam Smith, number 2 in the world, likeable larrikin Aussie golfer, has taken the massive money from the Live Golf. You know, it's that Rebel Tour headed up by Greg Norman.
140 million?
140 million, and that's without prize money. So, you know, the question is, would you do that or would you stay on the PGA? So it's a big question. And look, most people are saying that. I had a bit of an argument with the boys last night and said, no, I wouldn't. And they say, why? I said, well, you know, one, principle, I like the PGA. I'm going to stick to that and, you know, win Augusta and try and win St Andrews and that. But they said, well, you know, wouldn't you take the money? I said, well, he just won 26 million from a tournament.
Good point. How much is enough?
How much is enough? How many cars can you drive? I mean, that's my sort of view on it, but I'm sure I'm going to be outnumbered tonight. Don't worry about that.
I think times have changed.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at cricket and all the different, you know, it used to be the two, and now they've kind of,
well, yeah,
I don't want to say sold out, but there's all these different games now that offer so much money to the cricketers. Sport's changed.
The BBL, you know, and the T20 in general, all the competitions around around the world now, it's getting very hard to do your scheduling as well. I mean, we love the strikers here and the like, but you've got to try and now find a schedule that fits in with all those other ones around the world. So it'll be a great season this year for the strikers, though. I'm very excited about that. We've got Rashid Khan and Chris Lynn, so he's going to be knocking them over the boundary while Rashid's bowling them out. So it'll be awesome for those guys. But yeah, so we got that. We got a little bit of news on the Reds. They're playing tonight, so they're into the last 16 teams of the Australia Cup, they call it now. So that's like the previous FFA Cup. So they'll be able to hopefully win that one and go down the last 8. But their first game's not till 9th of October. So this is like probably good for the pre-season, I reckon, for the Reds. Don't worry about that. They'll get them up and running. And so we got a bit of that and a little bit of footy talk. Horn Francis rocked up into town today. So
did he now?
And he's apparently said, no, I'm going home to Melbourne and I'm going to give it a crack and all that. So yeah, we'll discuss that and see whether that's true or not.
Good
see
stuff.
How we go.
Are you getting excited for footy finals?
Look, we are, and of course it starts Thursday. It's probably a bit open, I reckon, this year. I reckon it's very open, and Lee Matthews will be on tonight to discuss it. But you've got games that you go, okay, Brisbane-Richmond, you would have thought, a few weeks ago, maybe that's an easy Brizzy win, but Richmond have hit some form, and they got Dusty back, and Brisbane just have faltered in finals. The same questions over the Cats. The Cats have finished top, but they've had the question on them, and they've got Collingwood at the G.
I know.
So I tell you what, if you're going
and they sink a little bit when it comes to finals.
Well, they've had a bad run, haven't they? They've been towed up last year twice. But they keep presenting themselves, so eventually you've got to win. So it might be the catch year.
See, my game of the round is going to be Melbourne-Sydney.
Cracker.
I cannot wait for that.
Melbourne get up, you reckon?
Oh, see, I've got a heart in two camps there.
Okay. If you had 140 million, where would you put it?
Oh, in my back pocket. Thank you, Timmy.
I love it. See you, mate.
See ya. The Sports Show with Timmy G and Roey's coming up after 4 o'clock. Did you hear the Brekkie boys this morning? They dropped a bit of a bombshell on the AFL entertainment. Now, we know Robbie Williams will entertain you, but there's another 4 bands set to rock the MCG. I believe it's Goanna, G-Flip, The Temper Trap and Mike Brady. That's just the anthem, isn't it? I could listen to that over and over on repeat. I love Mike Brady. I don't get G-Flip, though. Is that? Am I just showing my age there? I absolutely am. But that song didn't get me. If I'm I don't know, in the crowd or in the change rooms waiting to run out for the second half, that's not going to really fire me up. But the others would. I'm 3 out of the 4 there. But hey, the younger generation, I'm sure they know who G-Flip is, and I'm sure they love her. Well, it's crazy to believe, but it is 25 years since 2 young boys, Prince William and Prince Harry, lost their mother. Princess Diana, as we know, tragically lost her life following a car accident in Paris. It's a moment in history that, when asked, we all know where we were. The car she was travelling in with her boyfriend, Dodi Fayed, it crashed into that Paris tunnel, and the princess was rushed to hospital but sadly died hours later. And when the news broke, the world, it just plunged into mourning, and not just those Commonwealth countries. The whole world really did love Princess Diana, and I think everyone just resonated with her. It's why she was called the People's Princess. And this is how the news broke here in Adelaide on August 31 back in 1997.
Good evening. The tragic news of the young princess's death has stunned and distressed the world. She died in hospital only hours after her friend Dodi Al-Fayed was killed when the car they were travelling in crashed in a Paris tunnel early this morning. From Buckingham Palace to the ordinary person in the street, the horror is universal. Diana was pulled from the wreckage with horrific head and lung injuries and died soon after, despite desperate efforts by top trauma doctors to save her life.
Can you remember the moment you heard the news? If you'd like to join the program and share your thoughts and memories, please do on 8223 0000. Looking over video today of the thousands of people crying in the streets still today, it just makes you so sad that the world lost this woman who really, she just gave so much. The outpouring of grief was just enormous. And I don't know if you remember, but there were a couple of days there where the world was waiting for the Queen to respond to Diana's death. She finally did several days later.
Since last Sunday's dreadful news, we have seen throughout Britain and around the world an overwhelming expression of sadness at Diana's death. So what I say to you now, as your Queen and as a grandmother, I say from my heart. First, I want to pay tribute to Diana myself. She was an exceptional and gifted human being. In good times and bad, she never lost her capacity to smile and laugh, nor to inspire others with her warmth and kindness. I admired and respected her for her energy and commitment to others. I hope that tomorrow we can all, wherever we are, join in expressing our grief at Diana's loss and gratitude for her all too short life.
And here we are 25 years later, and I think there's still a lot of people, a lot of royal fans and Diana fans that still grieve her death. There's still quite a lot of unanswered questions to many. Many have conspiracy theories as to why and how she died. A lot of people who were there on the scene are now talking for the first time. Here is first respondent Frederic Maliez, who spoke to a American TV channel, who, as the title suggests, was the first on the scene following the accident.
So I walked toward the wreckage, I opened the door and I looked inside. 4 people, 2 were apparently dead, no reaction, no breathing, and the 2 others on the right side were living but in severe condition. The front passenger was screaming, he was breathing, he could wait a few minutes, and the female passenger, the young lady, was on her knee on the floor of the Mercedes. She had her head down, she had difficulty to breathe, she needed quick assistance. She was unconscious and she had, at the beginning, she had difficulty to breathe. With my respiratory bag, she breathed a little bit better, she regained a little bit more energy, but she couldn't say anything.
And as we know, Princess Diana was taken to hospital and sadly died hours later. This is her bodyguard and confidant, Lee Sansom, who has never spoken out until now. Now, he spent a few weeks, Diana's final weeks, as we know now, in Saint-Tropez in the south of France with her and her boyfriend, Jade Fayed. Here he speaks about how carefree she was and how happy she was and her plans to move to the US. And then the most haunting part about if he was in Paris with her as her bodyguard, he would have made sure that she was wearing her seatbelt.
The princess used to come down onto the beach every day, early before the paparazzi got there, and used to talk to us, and we'd chat about, various things. So I spent quite a bit of time with her. She was going to the States, and she told me she liked the people in the States. She liked the way she was treated there. She liked the way the press treated her.
She told you she wanted to move to the United States?
Yes, she was going to stay there. Had I have been on that trip to Paris, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, they would have had their seatbelts on.
If you'd like to join the program and share your thoughts on Diana and where you were that day, I was down at Footy Park and I can't remember why I was down there. I don't know that the Crows were even playing there on that day, but it was a weekend and that's where I was, and I was driving in my car and just had to pull over. I was in shock, and I think that was probably the feeling of most people, in shock and disbelief. And then, a couple of hours later, and when you see the images that start coming in of the car accident and just the outpouring of grief around the world, that's when it sinks in. Joining us now is Natalie Oliveri, Royal Reporter for 9 Honey. Natalie, thank you very much for joining us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jade, and such a sad day, I think, for everyone.
It's still the early morning in the UK right now. Is there a way that her death, this anniversary, will be commemorated in any way?
Well, look, nothing official from Buckingham Palace as yet. They don't normally issue any statements or any photographs each year for Diana's death anniversary, but this year being the 25th year since she passed, we are expecting something. So perhaps even just a photograph shared on their social media channels. We're really not expecting anything from Diana's two sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. Earlier this week, we heard that they will be commemorating the occasion separately and privately, of course, because Prince Harry is now living in the UK. We saw them come together 5 years ago for the 20th anniversary, but unfortunately nothing. But I guess it's sort of nice in a way that the brothers are going to grieve in private. They're probably sort of fed up with having to talk about their mother over and over again on what would be such a sad day for them every year.
In the past, on her anniversary, do royal fans lay wreaths at Buckingham Palace?
Yeah, we see a lot of fans come to the gates of Buckingham Palace, but mainly Kensington Palace, because that is where Diana spent the final years of her life. She was living there when she died, and of course you will remember the scenes of the flowers laid outside those gates, 200 metres deep. It sort of created a shortage of flowers across the UK, and you just would never imagine such an outpouring of grief for someone that many of us had never even met, but it was just unprecedented. And I think just looking back at those scenes, you'll never see them again. Even, God forbid, when Her Majesty does pass, I don't think we'll ever see such an outpouring of grief as we did when the Princess of Wales passed away.
And it is just incredible to this day, 25 years later, I think she's still loved just as much.
I think she is. I think we loved Diana because she was so normal. I mean, of course, she was going to be the Queen of England. That didn't happen because her and Charles unfortunately separated. But look, she was from an aristocratic background, but she sort of gave the impression that she could have been one of us. She was very down to earth, and she had such a way with people, and she was really able to, I guess, make friends with anyone, whether it was a poor person on the street, a homeless person, to Elton John. She really had a way with people, and I think those memories are what we hold on to now, and especially seeing just how much Prince William and just how much Prince Harry are like their mum. Her legacy really does live on through her son.
I find it interesting listening to one of the interviews with her bodyguard. She wanted to move to California. That's where she felt safe. Do you feel like Prince Harry is following in his mum's footsteps?
Yeah, I think so. And even that bodyguard went on to say that he believes Diana's intention to move to the US really did influence Prince Harry's decision to do so. He knew his mother felt safe in America, and he believes, I guess, that that's where he can start a new life because, Harry and William grew up with the paparazzi, with those photographers in their faces all the time, and they could see just the damage it had done to their mother. So, of course, Harry would have seen America as being a bit of a safe haven. However, it's sort of, over there aren't as many rules as what are in place now in the UK. But those rules in the UK are, of course, in place because of what happened to Diana. For example, photographers aren't allowed to follow William and Kate's children because there are laws stopping that. So I guess things have changed a lot since her death, and certainly the loss of Diana really is still affecting her sons, especially Prince Harry, I think.
You know what, and it is really sad on this day. I'm looking at the front page of The Sun, and they're calling for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to have their titles taken away from them in regards to everything that's happened in the last few days that we've been talking about. I mean, this is not something we should be talking about today.
No, I think the timing is unfortunate, and I think also Meghan and Harry are sort of doing themselves no favours here. No. Meghan released her podcast last week, and we had the second episode just airing overnight, and then of course she did that big interview with the Cut magazine. Look, I think Harry and Meghan, with the power they have, they could have pushed all this publicity back by a couple of weeks, surely. They could have said that they wanted this date to pass and for us to be talking about Diana instead of talking about Harry and Meghan, but that hasn't happened. And of course they are due to return to the UK next next week for a series of charity events. I don't think they're going to be getting the reception they're hoping for with everything that's happened this week.
No, I definitely don't think so at all. It wouldn't surprise me if some of those charities don't actually want their names associated with these two.
It's hard to know. I mean, Harry and Meghan, they are very controversial. They divide opinion. But of course, Harry always talks about his mum, so people still want to hear what he has to say. But I certainly think, it is sad what's happened, but hopefully one day there will be room for him and William to come together, because I guess that's what everybody wants. Everyone wants the rift to be healed. Everyone loves a happy family. And I'm sure Diana would really hate for her boys to be, not speaking the way that they used to.
Natalie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jade.
Natalie Oliveri, their royal reporter for 9 Honey.
Here's to the heroes, the healthcare heroes, those people who work tirelessly in aged or disabled care, allied health or the medical professionals. FIVEAA and Avanti Care are teaming up to reward these heroes with $1,000 cash. If you've experienced outstanding care or have a friend or family member or partner committed to the care of others, nominate them today for Avanti Care's Healthcare Heroes. Go to the win page at fiveaaa.com.au.
What will you look forward to when you take the first step to great retirement living? Many people who make the move to an FIVEAA retirement community speak of the feeling of belonging, looking forward to trying new activities and making new friends, finding a place that truly is home. It may feel daunting to start with, but the friendly team at FIVEAA are here to help you make the decision that's right for you. One with a little relief, less worries, and a whole lot more looking forward to life. Search FIVEAA First Step to book a discovery tour.
Life is pretty convenient nowadays. From smartphones to self-driving cars and Aldi's pre-marinated whole split chicken. Now only $5.99 per kilo. I wish I had taste buds. Aldi, good, different.
Come fly with Tom Burlinson and his fabulous band on top of musicians as he salutes the masters of vocal swing on stage at the iconic Capri Theatre at Goodwood on Saturday, October 1st at 7:30pm. See Tom performing the hits of Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Nat King Cole, Tony Bennett, Sammy Davis Jr., Bobby Darin, as well as swing superstars of today, Harry Connick Jr. and Michael Bublé. This concert promises to bring all the charm, the big hits, and all the class of this charismatic performer paying homage to the world's greatest crooners. Don't miss Tom Burlinson in Now We're Swingin', live at the Capri Theatre on Saturday, October 1st at 7:30pm. Book now at capri.org.au.
Oscar, Penny, Hercules, Horatio,
If dogs are a part of your family, you'll want to keep your family protected.
Jasmine, Jenny, Harley.
Simparica Trio gives dogs fast and effective protection from fleas and ticks, deadly heartworm and intestinal worms. A simple monthly chew that keeps your dog safe from deadly parasites inside and out.
Who wants to go for a walk?
So if you're a dog person, you'll want Simparica Trio. Protection from fleas, ticks, intestinal worms and heartworm.
If you're in the market for an SUV, Adelaide's Renault dealers have exciting news for you. They've managed a scoop purchase of the all-new Renault Arcana and Capture range. Prices start from an incredible $34,990 drive away. And the best part? They're in stock, ready to drive away, no waiting. Plus, you get 5-year warranty and roadside assist with capped price servicing. You'll even get a $500 fuel voucher. Only available at Southern Vales Renault, Adrian Bryan Renault and Main North Renault. LVD 173.
Ever paid $30 for a schnitty? You've probably paid garnish tax. All those little alfalfa sprouts, parsley sprigs, the nonsense you push to the side, you're paying for it. Sure, it looks pretty, but there's nothing like a simple, hearty meal the way you know and love without garnish tax. 722 are cooking classics for just $14.90. Monday to Friday, lunch and dinner. Simple, tasty, $14.90. For a bar and bistro the way it's meant to be, visit 722 Port Road, Beverly.
Hi, I'm Lane Beachley for Cartridges for Planet Ark. You don't get to be a champion without dedication and perseverance. And it's the same with recycling. Join me as we celebrate recycling over 50 million printer cartridges. That's enough to cover 5,500 kilometres end to end, a distance wider than Australia. All that with a zero waste to landfill guarantee. So find out how your small actions make a huge impact at Cartridges for Planet Ark.
Jade Robran
on $13.95, Adelaide's 5AA.
We would love to reward someone who works in healthcare with $1,000 thanks to Avanticare's Healthcare Heroes. Nominate today on the win page at 5AA.com.au and give back to those that work in aged care, disability care, allied health or the medical professions. If they work hard to improve the health and well-being of others, they're heroes and they deserve the recognition and rewards. Your nomination could earn them $1,000 cash. That's all thanks to Avanticare. We've got Mike on the line from Parafield Gardens. Hello, Mike.
G'day, Jade. Top show.
Thank you, buddy.
I found Diana a remarkable woman. She, my personal opinion was I think she had a very upsetting life with Charles, and she persevered with him and so forth. But she was a lady that was always hounded. And I think when she left Charles and got on to the other bloke, she found happiness, but still was hounded.
There was just an obsession with her, wasn't there?
And that whatever happened on that particular night, while they left the way they did, got in the car with a bloke that was pretty well under the weather, and let him drive them, even though that car was bulletproof and armour-proof and everything else. It survived the accident, but if they had worn seatbelts, they wouldn't have bounced around in the capsule sort of thing, and they would have most probably come out a lot better. But it's a pity she died that way, but I think if she was thinking clearly and not being stressed, she wouldn't have got in that car with that bloke.
I know, because there's that
driving.
vision of her, coming out of that, turning, the doors there, and it's almost like she's got panic on her face and she just needs to get out. And then, and moments later, and you just think, oh, what happened? What actually went down? And you're right, had she been wearing a seatbelt, would we be having a different conversation today? You'll just never, ever know.
She should have got old and gracefully and be enjoying the grandkids,
Yeah, she really should have, and I think all this royal rift that we keep talking about would never, ever have happened. Mike, stay on the line because I'm going to send you a double pass to the Australian Geographic Nature Photographer of the Year exhibition, which is on at the SA Museum until the 30th of October. I have also got the Adelaide Show Pass. The Adelaide Show is back after a 2-year absence. We want to give you and your family back to enjoy everything the show has to offer. The Adelaide Show, it's on September 3 to 11, and you can get your tickets at the show.com.au or at Foodland. To win, I reckon, caller number 4 on 8223 0055. Let's talk to Craig now in Salisbury East. Hi, Craig.
Hi, Jade. How are you?
Yeah, good, buddy.
That's good. Hey, I reckon that the reason you're at Footy Park is because it was the Crows on the prelim. Because that's the first year. But I was going to a friend's house and it came on the radio, and it started off saying that she just had a broken leg and a couple of injuries. And then within about 15 minutes of me hearing that on the radio, I got to my friend's house and it came back on the radio saying the princess has passed away. And I almost fell over. And I'm not a royal person. I don't hate them. I don't love them. They're fine. But I almost fell over.
Yeah, it was the shock, wasn't it? It was that pure shock. And you're right. Now that you say that, you're spot on. They did say that she'd been in an accident and injuries were minor, and then it soon escalated really quickly after that. Craig, thank you for calling in. I'm also going to send you a double pass to the Australian Geographic Nature Photographer exhibition as well. The sports show is coming up next with Rowie and Timmy G. Thanks so much for your company today.
With fuel prices the way they are, it's now more important than ever for your car to be fuel efficient. Peak performance means peak efficiency, and that means Automasters. Book now for an Automasters Peak Performance Injector service. Petrol or diesel, your Automasters specialist will clean and service your fuel injection system to ensure your vehicle is running at optimum efficiency. Save fuel, save money. Get the best out of